Hey everyone, it's Laurel here, and I'm here today with a tag from start to finish using a bunch of Mama Elephant stamp sets and dies. So to start with, I'm going to take this embellished tag creative cut, and it's so cute. It comes with this tag that has a stitched outline around it, and then it comes with all those cool little die cuts that you can use to embellish your tag. For my tag today, I'm going to be using this, and I'm going to be using the reinforcer that also comes in the set. Now that's just a heavyweight cardstock. It's Nina 110-pound cardstock. I wanted to use some heavyweight ones since this is a tag. And I'm just going to adhere it down with some masking tape that I got from Target or somewhere. And I'm going to run it through my Vagabond. You see that cool stitch line you get from it? And that's the little reinforcer we'll be using in a few minutes. So I wanted to kind of dress up the tag background real quick. So I found the stencil from Simon Says Stamp. It's the Falling Heart stencil. And I'm going to adhere that down to my surface. And of course, I'm doing some inking and just techniques, so I'm whipping out my Tim Holtz craft mat because it's so easy to clean, and I hate cleaning. And when I do have to clean, I certainly don't want to have to invest a lot of time in it. So anytime I'm doing any kind of technique or anything that's kind of messy, that baby comes out. So I'm adhering my little stencil down, and I'm grabbing my Peacock Feathers Distressing. Surprise, surprise. That's my favorite color, Distressing. I love it. It's just such a happy color. And I have switched over to all these little round applicators now that Tim Holtz just released, and I love them, and I'm probably going to use these for any of my blending. They're just kind of easy to use. You can get in tight places. You can pounce and twist with them, and you don't have to worry about working off your card, working your way on. You know how you had to do with the other blending tools, because if you didn't, you would get that harsh line. With these, you don't seem to have to worry about that. So I am a huge fan of these little babies, and they're pretty inexpensive. So I went ahead and inked up just the inside of the tag there. I didn't want to go on the other side of the stitch lines there. And we've got that all done. Now I'm going to be taking the smallest panda from the Pandemonium stamp set, and I'm also going to use the coordinating die here in just a minute. And this is the Lollipop ink from the Mama Elephant line. And it is a pigment ink, and I love it. It's such a great color. I love that pink. I wanted a pink panda. Who says pandas have to be black and white? You know what I'm saying? This is pink, and I'm going to name her Polly. Polly the pink panda. And because it's a pigment ink, it takes a little bit more time to dry, so I'm able to do some quick heat embossing. So this is some iridescent sparkle embossing powder by Judykins, and it works just like your regular embossing powder. I went ahead and sprinkled it on, and I'm going to heat set it, and it's going to leave this real cool little sparkle, little flecks on the panda. And you'll see what I mean in just a second. You can see it darkening up here. And it's just a real subtle shine that you get, very unexpected. And I think it's real cute, and it looks good on, what did I say her name was? Polly. Is that what I said? Well, if not, her name is Polly. Polly the pink panda. You see that little sparkle? And now I'm going to take the little panda coordinating creative cut that goes with it. I'm going to put some masking tape over it just so it doesn't shift. I'm going to run it through my Vagabond machine here. And then I get my cute little Polly the panda bear. So now I'm going to take this Up and Away stamp set. I want to take the little flower from the stamp set. I just love that little flower, and I wanted him or her, well, it's Polly. I'm assuming it probably is a girl. So I wanted her to be holding some flowers for the tag. This tag could be used for any occasion, so I wanted to keep it kind of, neutral. And I'm going to stamp it with two different color Mama Elephant inks. I'm going to be using the yellow Sunshine, and the green is Mojito. Just being careful where I ink up my stamp set. I want to make sure my ink pads don't contaminate each other with the color. I love my ink pads. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp that down. And that flower is so cute, and the little it's just perfect size for the little tiny panda. So I just love it. I wanted to make the flower pop more because it's such a cute little image. And I wanted the flower to pop a little bit more. I kind of lined it up, and I just thought it just needed a little bit more color, a little bit more pop. So I'm going to bring in my Wink of Stella glitter pens. Now I have some in colors, but you don't have to. You can use a clear, and I'll tell you how in just a second. So I'm going to go in with my yellow Wink of Stella and just fill in the petals there. I'm going to go in with my orange and fill in the center of the flower. And then I'm going to take my green Wink of Stella, and I'm just going to go over the stem. And in doing that, it brightens up the colors a little bit more and brings out the color more, and it also leaves, of course, the little glitter that you get behind with these pens. I love them. Love them. Now, if you don't have all these colors, that's okay. You can go in and kind of color over the images with pencils, crayons, inks. You can do some double stamping and get darker colors, and then you can just go over it with your clear Wink of Stella pen. Now, I've gone ahead and put some foam dimension on my little panda, and I'm going to pop that down on my card. And I just love how it's looking. I think it's looking super cute, and I love the hearts. I love all the colors. I think it's so much fun. But I decided I wanted to take it one step further from just an ordinary tag. So I went ahead and die cut the same tag again on another piece of cardstock, the same weight, the same cardstock. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere the top tag on top of the bottom tag. And I also went ahead and die cut the reinforcer off the top tag. So we need to go ahead and adhere that back together. So to do that and still get the little hole that you need to be able to thread your twine or ribbon or whatever it is that you want to use, I went ahead and set that enforcer back in place, and I grabbed a pen, pencil, whatever, and I'm marking where the hole is in the enforcer. And this is my crocodile. This is what I use for a hole puncher, and I bought it because it cuts through anything. It cuts through thick, thick, thick stuff. This can be used for other things. I think you can do brads and stuff with it, but I use it for a hole puncher. It's kind of crazy, but I do. And now I can go ahead. I already had some adhesive down there, so now I can reattach my enforcer here, and I'm going to go around the edges with some peacock feathers because I think it gives it a bit more dimension, and it's peacock feathers, and I love that color, and I try to use it on everything, and apparently I try to use as much of it as possible. Now this is from the Everyday Greeting set. I'm going to take that smile speech bubble there, and I'm going to stamp it with the same ink that we stamped Polly the panda in, the lollipop ink. And I typically stamp solid images like this twice in case I mess up, which I usually do, in the cutting or the stamping or whatever. I just like to be safe and just make 2 images, and then I can have an image for next time if I need it. So I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut that out off camera because that would bore you. And now we're ready to finish up the card right here. So I've gone ahead and tied a bow with some twine. I totally did that off camera because I absolutely suck at tying bows, and honestly that took me 5 minutes to tie that bow. It's insane. So I've gone ahead and done that. I've got some foam dimension on the little speech bubble there. I'm going to mount it right above the little panda, right above Polly. And then as a finishing touch, I'm so glad I'm showing you my shirt. As a finishing touch, I'm going to apply a heavy coat of the Wink of Stella clear over that little speech bubble there, and we're done. So it's a super fun tag, and you can actually take this tag and mount it onto a card with a fun background if you wanted to do something different. There's just a lot you can do with this, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.